I was surprised by this movie in many ways.
I gotta say, I was regretting my decision.
I think this would be something I'd show to my kids.
Oh, that's good to hear.
I think it's about a father's love for his child.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
And a complete stranger's love for that man's
They wore
child.
really ugly outfits. Puke yellow, prom night, pale blue, you know?
I don't even know where to start with this
Definitely
film.
not a movie I would consider watching unless you tell me to. Hello, I'm Derek,
And I'm Peter.
and this is the Mog Live. Holy crap, man! Listening to that intro, we were
In
we
this
were
live
young.
stream,
Oh,
two
sorry.
boomers who...
You go ahead.
in this live stream, two boomers get out their walking sticks and make their way to the computer where they talk about Star Wars, some long forgotten, once loved industry.
Yeah, where's your walking stick? Show me.
There you go. There's your walking stick.
Yeah, I was just commenting.
Here's something. Here's something more. It's a pump.
It's what? It's coming in and out of focus. You got to put it in front of your body, I think.
It's a pump.
Oh, it's a pump.
Yeah, it's a what do you call it? You know those balls you sit on? This is sounding very suspicious. And it's red too. No, it's
I was
no,
just
no,
commenting on
exercise
the intro. We sound so much younger than we
Good
are
on,
now.
Peter.
Yeah.
All right, Peter.
How many?
In this podcast, two old men discuss.
How many years is it now? 2017.
2017.
How many years is
No,
that
I have
now?
to mute myself. 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
7.
Wow. I lost a bit of hair.
Just not right. I look the same.
You do actually. You're looking pretty good.
That's because all the grey is on the back.
And how's your back?
Oh, I just don't use it.
So you heard some good things about this.
No.
Oh, really? I thought you said.
No, I haven't heard any good things about it.
All right.
The only thing... I mean... You know, there's a lot of negativity around it because of like who it is that directed it, what they've said. You know, the old wonderful Kathleen Kennedy that you know, progenitor of The Last Jedi.
Who directed it?
Leslie something or other.
Like an unknown.
Leslie Headland? I don't know. I haven't looked it up.
She's just.
I just know that there are a lot of fans of her.
Oh, there are things.
Which is me being sarcastic.
Oh,
Sorry.
There's like a delay with our thing, so
Yeah.
I can't respond as fast.
Yeah. That's all good. Okay, so here we go. The Acolyte.
So yeah, I haven't heard anything about this. I've seen
Star
some
Wars
things.
television developed by Leslie Headland.
That's the delay again.
Alright.
You go ahead.
Executive produced and served as the series showrunner. The show takes place a century before the events of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and focuses on the emergence of dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic. That's it. Leslie Headland. It's got that what's her name?
You're phrasing
Carrie
all
Ann
over the
Moss.
place. You froze
Freeze as in-
mid yawn. It was that.
My
Pretty much.
yeah, it's like mid nose pick.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to watching some Star Wars. I hear there's lightsabers.
Yeah, there are lightsabers. Apparently, there's also light whips.
Oh, cool.
So
I think that's all I can hope for. I have zero expectations in this, and I'd just like to have a new story in the Star Wars universe. Can't complain with that.
yeah. Well, people certainly are doing their best.
What would you expect
At
of
the
this
moment.
then?
I would be surprised. Nothing.
I don't expect anything. It's not like
No,
Boba
I'm not
Fett where you've
expecting
got like a character that you love and you
an
want to see
established
his,
character. Yeah.
or like Obi-Wan. Jesus Christ, that's carrying a lot of weight. This is just a random acolyte,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
and they'll probably
Yeah.
drop like little cameos. I'm assuming they will.
Yeah. Probably Yoda. 100 years younger. He'll have like a bald patch growing instead of being completely bald. And he'll be wearing like a 70s bling.
Well, that's the funny
Not
thing
playing
because
a lot of chains
Grogu
around.
was already bald when he was a baby. Did they ever get hair?
Maybe it's like but babies start off bald.
Yeah, that's what I
And
mean.
it
Do
grows
they
up.
they
and then it goes
continue?
away.
Does he have like a huge sort of fringe? He's like an
He'll
emo
have a
fringe
mullet.
face. Mullet.
Yoda the mullet.
That'd be great. He's gone through his emo
Mullet
phase.
I have. Go down to the Logan Park, we shall.
But
Have some
I like
beers.
that they focus on the Jedi, which is a good thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll find out. We'll find out soon enough what how wondrous it shall be. But yeah, I don't have any expectations.
Is Chris watching this?
Do you mean is Chris in the stream watching us?
No, just is he keen on this or not?
Oh no, no. I doubt it's even in his radar at the moment. And it's not like some of the other ones that we've seen where I actually had a glimmer of hope for it.
Which
Or I
one?
was trying to look on the positive side. Like what was the one? that we just saw?
Yeah,
Ahsoka.
Andor. You mean the one with
No,
you hope
Andor
for?
was really good. He liked Andor,
Yeah.
but Ahsoka was the one
Did he end up watching Ahsoka? We watched it
that
ahead
we
of
last
him.
watched, which was yeah, he did. He didn't like it.
Yeah, he hated it, eh?
No.
What about
no fan.
the general? What's his name? Thrawn.
Thrawn? I think he was okay. Prawn. Yeah, Prawn. I think he was okay with him.
General Prawn. Hey, I just bought this on
he-
special. It's like a
but you're not
crab
allowed.
chowder. What's the first thing when I say crab chowder to you? That comes into your head.
What's the first thought that I have? Chowder. Chowder. It's
totally-
chowder.
It totally is,
chowder.
right?
Chowder.
That's exactly why
Yeah.
bought it, and it tastes
Yeah.
like crap. It's really bad, awful. It's like really fishy
It
soup.
it's sounds awful. I do not know what. Like I'd be very interested to know the experience of the people who actually enjoy it. That where they say, and where they don't say they were brought up on it. Like they'd have to say, "Oh, I was introduced to chowder at 25 years old, and I have it every day now." I'd like to hear that, but I
That's-
don't think that's going to happen.
It's The
And it's
Simpsons
gonna be-
is literally the only reason I bought it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Give me some
chowder.
clam chowder, chowder,
Chowder.
chowder,
Chowder.
chowder. You're making a mockery of my accent.
And it reminds me of
mockery of an accent.
Steve Martin, where he's going hamburger in the Pink Panther. Hamburger.
I did not. I think I saw a bit of it, but I just
It wasn't as
I
good as what's the original guy?
Peter Sellers.
Peter Sellers. Yeah.
Mm,
All
yeah.
right, shall we get going?
Yeah, I think we should hit this. Hit it hard.
How do we do it again? We counted it down. Oh, hang on.
So
Let me get
I'm
my.
just trying to figure out. Yeah, and you're over there, so that means that this is over. Hang on, what am I doing? Why am I'm seeing myself twice. That's all. Chowder.
Chowder. Chowder.
Chowder, it's chowder.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
I'm going to enjoy this.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. You got the
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Ominous music.
Maniacal laugh.
It's good that it's like an orchestral score though.
Yeah.
They didn't do a crawl. It's strange.
No, not with that. They don't
The
seem to want to
TVs.
do it unless it's Star Wars.
Woke.
Sorry?
Woke.
Woke.
Any character that's black, it's just immediately woke now.
Yeah. Count. I just count the white men. One.
Shot every white man.
I'm going to. Yes.
Where's the cantina music? Perfect opportunity.
Gets in the way of the maniacal music.
Oh, it's her. From The Matrix.
Three. I. Did that knife just bend when she hit the wall?
What'd you say?
It looked like the knife bent when she hit the wall, but
It was the prop. They didn't bother to cut it.
yeah, it's a prop knife.
Pretty cool fight scene. Reminds me of Bond for some reason.
Yeah,
Like all the parkour. Parkour!
yeah, it's good. Good fight scene.
Ah, yes. Wicked. Oh no. Oh.
Those poor little Muppets.
I know. Pretty great intro. I like it.
Yeah, that was a good intro.
She's a great actress. Hope she makes it.
Better than Riva.
And there was no steady cam. There's none of this bullshit. It's shot well, executed well.
Wouldn't the guy be bloody terrified if he walked into the same room as considering he just killed a Jedi?
I haven't seen these ships before. What are these?
Well, it's set 100 years before thing, so
That Trade Federation, that's the race there, isn't it? It's a different race.
yeah. The girls' class.
Introducing characters, exposition.
Sorry?
Introducing characters, exposition.
Look, to be honest with you, I don't mind this half as much
No,
as some of the
I don't
other
mind. I don't mind. It's
Star
good.
Wars I've seen.
But that's what we're going through. You just got to sit with it.
Zero guys, yeah. But at least it's like more real. I don't know, there's something less fake acting.
Gives me like fugitive vibes. The one-armed man, you know, the wrongly accused.
Hmm.
She's got to clear her name. Four. It's another white guy. Oh, the chairs. That's cool. It's totally the fugitive. She's basically
Sorry,
Harrison Ford.
Harrison. Use the force. Whatever your name was.
What's her name? I just remember
Osha?
Mechnik. Oh. Shit, the music's really nice.
If I think the Jedi, why would you put them with like a whole bunch of just normal criminals with such rubbish defense?
Ah, he's going to be Tommy Lee. She's Harrison Ford. He's Tommy Lee. It's the fugitive. There's got to
Yep.
be a one-armed man. It's the shapeshifter.
Yeah, there's got to be one armed man.
It's a nice premise. I like it
Yeah, so far.
because it gives her like freedom to do. You know,
Yeah,
I
it's
see what your criticism is, but at least it moves it along quickly.
not a. And the Jedi aren't. The thing, like, I don't mind the idea of the. Sorry? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because this is what I like to
Oh,
see.
it's
This
just
sort of what
that's just quibbling stuff. It's not. It's not destroy the entire premise of the series stuff.
But this
Like, there's
feels
always
like
going to
way
be
more
those things.
adventurous. She's stuck on this planet, and we get to see her character, how she sort of responds. It's nice.
Oosh. I like that. Like, the Jedi will just faceless, motionless blahs.
He's fucking ripped. Yours ripped.
It don't happen.
You got to repeat what he said. It broke up before.
I said stuff that was about things.
You don't remember? Like we couldn't hear it. The stream won't hear it.
Yeah, I can't remember what I said.
Oh.
Oh, look, it's her. Do you think she'll kill herself? Actually, that's.
It's starting to fall apart now.
Why?
There's weaknesses in this story are apparent. Oh crap! Chris is here.
Oh, it is.
So am I gonna like this one? Using the phone kind of sucks.
Am I going to like this one as much as Obi-Wan or Betty Ahsoka?
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
If you like The Fugitive.
I don't know, bro. If you like The Fugitive, yeah.
It's good to see you, man.
Oh, it's the falling off from The Fugitive. I didn't kill my wife.
It's being destroyed online, he says. Yeah. It was my wife. It was my family.
I don't care. So, what's it gonna be now that it's not The Fugitive anymore?
Yeah, changed quick. I don't know. They copied that scene though, 100%.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Cool. Leslie Headland. Written by Leslie Headland too. Created, oh.
And created as well. Written and created.
It's not bad.
And directed.
Executive producer. Fuck, who is she?
And produced. My gosh, that's like something you'd see in a fan film.
No, but not bad. She did it all. Fuck. I quite liked it. What were your thoughts?
Yeah. it's not as weak as Ahsoka in some like. I think the thing about Ahsoka, about a lot of them, is they feel very wooden acting. The acting feels really
Acting's good.
wooden. This is, yeah, the acting. I feel like the acting is better in this. It's less hammy as some of the other Star Wars series are. But then there are a few like, yeah, kind of. They're not terrible. They're like, I want to give things a fair shot, and it's not. So far, it's not terrible. Like I'm not making. I found for Ahsoka in some ways, I was making excuses sometimes. Like there was some good stuff in Ahsoka, but there was other stuff which was like, I'll just give that. I'll just let that one go. I'll just, yeah, I'll let that go.
How about this one?
This one, as you said, it's not steeped in characters you already know. It's set before it, and it's okay. I'm gonna give it a score of okay.
Chris says you're wonderful. I agree. I thought it was okay because it's really focusing on like core storytelling. Like that opening gambit was really gets you involved quickly. Like the one thing I love about Bond is that they have these really dramatic opening sequences that jolt you out of your world. And
Really?
this really did it effectively with
Sorry, I
great.
got the music playing. I couldn't.
Yeah, me too. But I think you just cut out, so we can't hear you at all now. But I'll just keep going. And the music for me is top notch. Really nice score. It really keeps you grounded in this universe. It's like it feels like a movie to me, and they're sort of relying on these tropes like Fugitive, but I don't mind that. I've like we recognize the same thing and we feel the emotions of the movie that we've seen before. It's like a quicker way in, I feel.
Mm.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
don't mind.
Yeah. I
And like
think,
you said, strong acting. Like probably the weakest guy is the Tommy Lee guy. I'm just gonna call him Tommy Lee from now on.
I didn't mind him as much. I didn't really like the master of him. His master, the bald lady.
Yeah.
Uh, she was your very traditional bad acting Jedi. It's like all Jedi. The key trait of all Jedi is to have no ability to properly emote. It's like they're all neurodiverse.
She wasn't too bad when they were talking about. She
No,
was breaking the news about the death. There was some
yeah.
sort of depth there.
I I just don't know where the idea of the Jedi being compassionless, like they talk about compassion and love and blah 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 blah, but it's just yeah, there's just a weird real absence of emotion. It's almost like someone said, well, the best way to be act like a Jedi is to have betray no emotion, which yeah, it's just a weird choice, really.
Kind of that stoic. They're trying to stay true to that
Yeah,
stoic nature. But I mean, that was a Lucas call. All of these Jedi were back then.
yeah, I know.
So they're
I know.
staying true to
They're all
that.
like that. It's like they're all trying to do. They're
They
all trying to
do right by him, I think.
replicate. What's his name? What was the Qui-Gon? Like they're all trying to represent Qui-Gon.
But also trying to do right by Lucas in his vision of that.
Hmm.
Um, I wasn't a big fan of the whole evil twin. Like,
Well, at least they got it done in the first episode instead of like making like you're guessing what it is and you know what it is and it's just like drawn out forever and ever and ever.
yeah, I suppose so. But it felt
I
like,
think
oh god, it could have been a lot of things. Why an evil twin?
because then it's about the dual nature of the Force and good versus bad, and
It's too simple for me. It's too like cookie cutter. Just like felt lazy a little bit.
it yeah it's not it's not
We had no
Andor
records of
level.
her twin. How could it be? Fucking hell. She. I saw her die. I believe you. It
It's,
just turns like it just doesn't. It's not strong. Like you know.
I think that other like I think the idea is going to be that there's more to it than just
I
I
hope
saw
so.
her die and all of
I
that.
hope so.
Like they would have like to not make it hammy and that level of rubbish. You would you'd have to have like there's an aspect of where they lie or something. They're lying or something. Like the records are removed. Why were the records removed?
But
Blah.
also like the pure evilness of it is I will kill them all. We didn't see that in the intro. There was depth to like this character that we saw at the start, but then
Yeah.
now she's just pure evil all of a sudden. And it's like, oh, okay. You just forget that you wrote that in at the start.
Well, there wasn't really any proper dialogue with the bad one. It was just that you saw that she was anxious and nervous, and like there was an element of like it wasn't an easy emotionless thing killing the Carrie-Anne Moss character, which is good. I think that's good, at least adding a little bit of depth there. And so I have killed the person. I am good.
It just sped up your audio. Repeat the last sentence.
Uh,
You
I
said
think
something
that,
about it was she was hesitant in killing the
yeah, the shit like getting the fight started was there was anxiousness and awkwardness there,
yeah.
which gave it a bit more depth than just like it did start off very hammy with the I want to fight you, I will kill you. But yeah, I don't know why they always do this thing where all of the alien creatures have to laugh this really fake laugh. They do it all the time.
You mean
There's-
in the bar?
yeah.
It's kind of like that
Like,
comic book villain thing that we saw.
Oh, don't, yeah, don't hurt me, don't hurt me, my child. Oh, my child must be keeper protected at all costs.
Chorus. You were breaking in and out of that performance. I'm sorry.
Bad connection.
Should we start
Bye, bye.
episode 2? I'm good to go.
Protect my child.
Episode 2 is only
I'm
36
going
minutes.
to. Can I just grab a drink? I'll be right back.
Oh yeah.
Okay, one sec.
Crap! I realize I'm wearing the same shirt as Pete. How are you, Chris? You're back in Brisbane now, I hear. Tell me while he's gone. Is the show as bad as Ahsoka? I don't think so, no. It's trying to be something different, which is good. Ahsoka was trying to do a lot of stuff, and they had a lot of old characters they're trying to like do justice to, which I think it was hard. It was cool to see them. Like I've never seen Thrawn before, so that was cool for me. But if you've experienced him from books and like from other series, it's kind of be like a disappointment. Whereas this is just a blank slate, it feels like. Ahsoka was bad. I mean, bad, really. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like because you have all of this expectation, and we started the stream saying that I have zero expectations and zero like knowledge of this series, so it's just like blank slate, and we can just sort of enjoy it. The writing, I felt like yeah, halfway through it just sort of lost it. Like it had a lot of momentum and it was quite good, but then it just sort of there's a few little holes that I think. So maybe the outlook's not very good for you. I think. Yeah. Pete's
I
back.
don't think you can. I don't think you can really like do any good Star Wars anymore. I think there's just too much crap that's laid on top of it, like pile and pile of crap. To the
Chris says
point
he'll probably
where-
give it a try at some point, just because. Yeah, I reckon it's worth it. Like, I won't spoil you. You probably overheard we were talking very spoilery stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably worth
It's
it.
not
Just-
exactly a leap. The spoilers aren't exactly like breaking too much.
Yeah. How many episodes is this series? Is it another 8 one?
Yeah, I think it's 8.
Okay.
Shall we hop to
You
the
got
next
it?
one?
You ready?
Yep, it's at 0 right now. Just say the word and the word
3,
shall be done.
2, 1, go. Last night a Jedi was murdered.
Previously on the Acolyte.
I didn't realize that she used the force to open that door. Why did she use the force to open that door? Wouldn't there just be a button? I like that the name is Me.
It's me.
May. Me.
It's like an Irish twin is me.
Yeah, me. And what's your name? You. Osha.
Okay, one question, Chris.
Olga.
Will people live after being killed by lightsabers in this series?
Yeah, well, someone died to a knife, so possibly not.
And I'm actually hoping she comes back because I love the actress. So. But I don't think so, no.
Well,
I think you gotta turn subtitles on.
sorry.
I think you have to turn subtitles on.
Are there subtitles? Oh, yeah, I see.
A knife is not a lightsaber. A knife is now more dangerous.
Yeah, it is. Knife is more dangerous. A Jedi temple just looks like any other place.
It's built with plaster.
Yeah, plaster is the rarest thing in the galaxy. Why does she do that? That looks so dumb. Horse bush. That was different.
Different.
Oh god, no, not those power couplings.
At least it's not the power converters.
It's just got something to do with power.
Did you watch the Fallout stuff?
A couple of episodes. It was good.
I hear it's pretty good.
This guy's weird though.
Yeah.
What's his name?
He's got a
Yord?
plastic face, Yord.
He looks
Yord the
like an.
Nord.
You know what it is? He looks like an idiot.
But he's ripped. That's why he had his shirt off. That's
It
why
looks like he spends all his time tensing his muscles.
Reminds me of Xena for some reason. All these cheaper looking sets and the music.
Waiting for
Ares.
what's that guy's name from
Joxa.
Army of Darkness?
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
I forgot his name too.
yeah.
I know the one. Bruce Campbell. Right, guys, I'm off to bed. Oh, and off to read real sci-fi series, The Expanse. Though I guess Star Wars was always science fantasy. Either way, enjoy. Pete, come over sometime and play the Aliens board game. It's awesome. See you, Chris. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, bro.
Enjoy The
Have a good one.
Expanse.
Right.
Next time, tell us how you would improve the show. See
We
you, man.
already did that with Ahsoka. You can't improve perfection, Chris. Oh, what a great Padawan. You think if she tried to pull off that beard,
You broke up.
it would come off?
You broke up still.
How did she get there first? I didn't know. Like, that Padawan makes no sense at all.
Why is that?
Well, Padawans, they're raised from when they're children, right? Since training and all the exercises and stuff. So when did they start training morons? Unless he's a different race.
Different.
Race.
Yeah, it's decidedly got worse this episode, eh? This whole thing feels like a cartoon now. It's not playing out like a film at all. It's just a story.
You made a poison. Let's let you off with a warning.
Yord and Jicky. Yord, he reminds me of Skyrim. I'm King Yord of the Ars. Yeah, Chris will be happy to know that this has dropped off considerably in the space of one episode. Faith in May. Oh, you're falling asleep, dude.
I look like it, don't I? It's frozen.
All right.
Jesus.
It's May. Oh man, it's getting painful, eh? It's getting painful.
What is it that's so painful?
The sloppy writing. It's gonna be cool to see a Wookiee though. Fuck yeah, Wookiee raw. The Wookiee has a top knot like a Jedi as well. Uh, yeah, decidedly dropped off in quality. Feels just like a, to me, it just feels like a cartoon now.
In what way?
The storyline's sloppy. It's got so many holes you can't ignore now. You can't just. The first one, you can suspend disbelief a bit, but now it's just like, fucking hell, man. It's really got so many holes.
What are the holes?
Oh, just introducing bits of the story and bits of intrigue, and she thinks her sister's dead, and she managed to escape, and who's your master? It's just like it's all just been so just. It's all there, like they want you to see who the master is, but the way it's unfolded is just really crap. And like she's meant to be the superior Jedi who's killed 2 Jedi now, and this random dude just managed to stop her.
Well, she killed one. She killed one Jedi.
But this little apothecary guy managed to defend himself against her just now.
I think that I think from what I've heard on the internet, there's like so people guessing about things. My guess is the big bad guy, the big bad Sith, is the shopkeeper guy,
Oh yeah.
and the reason that they both thought that their sister was dead is because what happened those years ago didn't actually happen. Something else happened
Okay.
altogether. Like that's the only thing that it's like watching The Force Awakens and trying to figure out what would happen before The Last Jedi came out.
But also,
You know,
you
you
got to
try
keep your
to
audiences interested, and I just dropped off. It's just like, fuck, this is not really enjoyable anymore. It's just sort of, we're just going along for the ride now. Whereas, like, they built a lot of suspense and mystery at the start, and it just lost all its steam, really, for me.
mm.
Well, how about you for you?
Uh, it just felt like a middle episode of something. It was like I didn't think it was terrible. I think like my expectations are pretty low, so I'm actually it's just it's just like it's more Star Wars-y now.
In what
I
way?
don't know. I think the thing is like we watch intently in each next Star Wars series, and then we walk away and try to remember and then try to compare it to what the previous ones were like. And I can't really remember
Well, I'm not
like
really comparing it. I'm just looking at this with fresh
what
eyes.
for what it is. Yeah.
Looking at what it is, and like it started because we just watched the first episode, and I was pretty hopeful that it would be more than what it is, but it's devolved into a very sort of serialistic TV show, which reminds
Yeah.
me of cartoons where the characters are just sort of unfolding at a stage which is paced for the whole series, but it doesn't really surprise. It doesn't really sort of.
It's not amazing. It's certainly yeah. It's not. It's not an amazing. Uh, it certainly wasn't a
And
like.
that's the fault for me is the writing there. The actress is great. She's playing both, and you believe that
Yeah.
she's like
Uh,
you believe that
yeah.
she has a twin.
I think that the direction is boring. This episode, the direction was pretty boring, and and yeah, it wasn't a very. It was about how's he gonna kill this Jedi, and then get him to kill himself. It's just like it's like let's keep the mystery going, but but you're going to have to suspend disbelief on some of the logical stuff that's not making sense at the moment, in hopes that it starts to make sense later, which is actually reminds me a lot of um when The Force Awakens came out and you were trying to figure out what was going to be in The Last Jedi, and then The Last Jedi came out and like it didn't answer anything.
Oh, I'm not gonna go back into Last Jedi, man. Let's just stick to this.
No, no. What I mean is that you, in order for you to kind of go with it, you have to set, you have to give it a little bit of leeway
This one.
to see where it goes. Yeah.
Are you willing to? I'm sort of out. I'm tapped out already. It's like I don't care anymore. The characters that I should care about is the Master. No, don't care. Like he's got some inner conflict. I have zero care, in finding out why. They haven't built a depth to him for me to care.
Yeah, I think that it needed something more than just a cookie cutter episode. It needed some better dialogue. It needed to go in some more interesting directions. But it kind of played out like another poorly written script.
Yeah.
And not poorly written, just boring. It was, it's like the writing from like a superhero, like you say, a comic book. Where they're panels of people just spouting dialogue. Whereas, if you're going to do something where you show someone's inner conflict, you really have to give it proper direction and do the camera work right. And
I mean, it was executed great. I feel it was better than like Obi-Wan, where it was all shaky and camera. It was distracting. It was shot well, and the direction's good because the actress, you believe their emotions in each scene. But the problem is the scenes itself. Like, they really just, why did it happen this way? And it was like, it just felt like they're making it like a the cereal like thing, like a sugary it's like almost like a serial TV show, but like we're just meant to consume it each week and just be happy sort of thing.
And there's 8 of them.
And there's 8 of them, and be happy with that,
Yeah, if there was 20 of these, that probably, I think maybe that's the thing, is because there are 8 of them. Like these are really like 20. Like episodes of this quality would be like 20. You'd think there'd be 20.
Yeah,
episodes.
That's the thing. It's reduced in quality. It seems like it started off like a film. Would have felt like to me,
and then the second one was a bit more like an episode.
Yeah, just an episode, which is fine. I mean, I think in this day and age, our expectations is to get the next Game of Thrones. We would love to see fucking House of the Dragons or something of that quality all the time. And I think our expectations are way too high in this day and age. That we've been spoiled. I think TV used to just be Xena. And we used to be like, we tune in.
How many episodes of Xena were there in a series?
I know, 20.
I'm looking it up.
24 or something, 22. But they had filler episodes, though. Like, it was just recapping what happened. They used all the same footage. Remember?
Oh, really? Yeah, la 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 la.
But,
That was 1995. Yeah, season 4, episode 21, episode 22.
Yeah.
Jesus. Lots of episodes.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Like 24 episodes. Yeah, you're right. How do you know 24?
I love Xena.
Oh, really? Just
it was Sam
Lucy
Raimi.
Lawless. God, she aged well. I tell you what.
Yeah. She's still acting, hey? Caesar or whatever it was.
Yeah, she's been in stacks of things. Um, but yeah, just I think that's it. It's like Hollywood CW series or whatever they're called. Like the Flash
Yeah. Yep. That's what it feels like to me.
and that's
DC or whatever.
people are expecting is a lot more from Star Wars,
Yeah.
and you need someone of the quality of like the guy that did Andor.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I think there is talent out there. I'm not sure what's stopping them from.
Oh yeah, but I think there's so much rubbish that's going on behind the scenes. That's why it's so terrible. Like,
Can you quickly
you know,
look up the director
the
and
peop-
see if she's black?
no, she's not.
She's
No,
not. She's white.
Yeah, she's white, but she fits into the woke. The idea of woke pretty profoundly. She's very like there's a and Hollywood industry history there for that person.
Go on.
Like she used to be like something to do with who's that Harvey Weinstein
Oh,
and she was like I think like
she was like molested.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh.
I think he molested like half of Hollywood, didn't he?
Did he? Fucking hell. I don't know anything about it.
Oh, she's my age. Here you go. I can't talk, hey. Uh,
Yeah, what are you going to write? Chris wants to know.
what am I going to write?
He says,
Uh,
what did he say? Tell us how you would improve the show.
my brain's just not working for it.
Nah.
I don't have the emotional investment in it that I've had. Like, I have too many calluses regarding Star Wars now to have that sort of investment to.
Well, what I think it is your antennas sort of. We've been sort of through this journey, and our antennas are pretty good now. Like, it started off with all the sort of the inklings of a good series, and I was quite excited by that in the first episode. But now we also know that this is not that anymore. We can clearly feel that it's dropped off, and that's a bit sad.
Yeah. So.
I mean,
she's a
for me,
playwright.
I don't mind if they follow the formula. Like, why do you have to chuck out what what works? Why do you chuck it out? Like, if you've set it up to be a fugitive thing, follow it through and use all the exploit it. Like she was stuck on this planet, and she could have gone through a little bit of an arc there. You didn't have to chuck it out straight away and simplify things. I don't see what you gained by simplifying things. I believe you straight away. What if Tom Lee said that? We would fucking laugh him off, right? Oh, I believe. There's no story anymore, right? If Harrison's like...
I think I actually think that was an ad lib. The I don't care.
Which I don't care. Oh,
You
Tommy
remember
Lee.
how he goes, I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
Was it an ad? I love it, though. Isn't it so cool? Like, rather than
Yeah,
I
but
believe you.
You can't get a Jedi. You can't get a Jedi to say that though.
No, I don't mean that, but why does it have to turn around? You just destroy any tension there is by just
Saying
Yeah.
I believe you.
yeah.
Well, that was like bringing you up to the. It was literally the preface, the precipice of The Fugitive, both literally and figuratively, and then it
I lost you.
took a step back.
Oh, I took a step back. Exactly.
Saved from the, clutched it by the jaws and brought it right back over the ledge again.
Well, because storytelling is all about creating tension. Like it's.
I've lost you now.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, what I've learned recently is that storytelling is, and like visual arts and anything, it's all about creating tension between two things.
Now.
Lost completely. I think I'm still coming through because it's streaming from my computer. I'll just keep going. You create this tension between what is known and unknown, and also like between two characters. Like he doesn't know that if she's innocent or not, and like there's a huge tension there, but he's still got a mission. He's still got a drive to go and see her. So that's where the tension is. But the minute he says, "I believe you," bam, there's no tension. There's no reason for us to watch anymore. And it's like, okay, you need to add more tension. What is it now? It's just a mystery about this sort of figure that we've only seen once.
It resolves the arc straight away. Like it straight away resolves the arc.
Yeah. And it didn't have enough momentum into the next episode to keep something
breaking up.
Yeah, anyway. At this point, I'm just ranting.
You probably.
But
I completely lost you. Sorry.
All good, all good. I just said I was at this point. I'm just ranting.
But you're right. Well, like from what I heard was right. You know, where like what you're saying is, you know, you've built up all this tension and then it's gone. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Just that.
And the tension they're creating from scratch feels just like, oh, it's just an episode, you know.
Yeah,
she's got to go in undercover and like, but there's the arc tension is sort of like, it's.
And that's the episodic thing, isn't it? Like the end of the arc was, I believe you. Now we have to create a new arc in the next episode, which is very much that 20 episode episodic thing, but you don't have to do like 8 episodes. You know, it's like a long film, really. It's not like it's not really a series with each episode being self-contained.
Yeah.
So the tension, like there was one thing that the thing I liked in that first episode was it did this thing that some good shows do, and that is it raises the tension and then it subverts your expectations in a good way and raises it again. Like when she was on the thing, they escaped through the escape pod. She was about to get away on her own and she thought, oh, I have to save this person, which actually led to a further complication. And that's good.
Yeah.
That's good because, you know, that's not just like, you know, the traditional thing is, oh, she's got to save the right person. So the person, regardless of whether they're good or bad, and she does, and she gets them aboard with her, and that's the end.
Yeah.
You know, that's the moral quandary has been solved. The plot progresses, but it didn't work out that way. I mean, it got stupid again because it was just like, well, how am I going to survive this? I know what I'll do. I'll sit in the middle on a bench while we crash through the atmosphere. But it's all okay because I'm on this metal bench and I've got a seatbelt. I've got my seatbelt on. So obviously she's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Like that's where it kind of fell at that point.
And at that point I was like, oh, I know where it's going. I will suspend disbelief because this is where the writer wants. But now that
give it some.
But now, like, so I learned this in my writing course at film school. He was a really good teacher, and he said, it's really got to be life or death. That's how high your stakes have to be when you're writing for film, especially short film, life or death. And like, it was there at the start. She was like precarious, But now everything's so safe and like they're all together and like there's no danger and there's no
You're
like
staying back in.
you're just watching it
Yeah,
unfold.
who's in danger? Who are we rooting for? Who's in danger?
No, there's
Like,
nothing. There's
she's
no
getting away
stakes.
from the Jedi who aren't going to kill her. And she's trying to kill someone, and we're supposed to sort of see what happens with her killing her four Jedi.
No,
Are we
and like
trying- are we
the
supposed to
bad guy
root
isn't
against them
even
or not?
visible yet, so we don't see how dangerous he is. And like it's just become a soap opera, like a Days of Our Lives.
He got introduced for like half a second in the first episode. So
And she was meant to be the most dangerous, and now we've seen that she's not. So there's even less danger.
well, there's always
The
like
possibility,
a
like you
Master and
say,
Apprentice.
yeah,
Yeah,
and that would
like
be an interesting twist.
yeah, but the clear thing here was that she isn't actually going. The only reason that she would win a fight against the Jedi is because they aren't trying to kill her. Because the first one, the Carrion Moss, she was just like easily, she had it the whole way through and was only, which is fine to be honest. It's like if the only way that you're going to show her like winning against the master is by, cheating. That's okay.
Yeah, I mean,
But
it
it does
worked at
take
the
a bit of tension out when she's fighting with, like, when she's fighting with what's his name, the master guy, and like you see her pull an extra knife out of her sleeve, and you're like, so what? It's just like you've had plenty of other knives, and they haven't done anything so far. So what's that one extra knife gonna do? How's that raising a level of tension?
No.
Um,
So
Yeah.
that's where it's sort of that's why it's the story, the writing that's falling short here for me. Because they have opportunities to set it up, and they did, but they quickly abandoned it, and that's just poor writing, I think.
Yeah. We'll see. It's amazing. If you imagine being the people who have to write this stuff. Like the amount of pressure writing on it, on your ability to write 8 episodes of a series. Like that's an enormous amount of pressure
Yeah.
to do that. But also, like, yeah, I mean, I don't know how it works over there, but it's clear. The thing that is clear to me about all this stuff is that being a really good writer is not valued as much as other things.
Well,
And
like
the-
as
the-
it shows, the strongest episode where you've only seen 2, but she wrote, directed, produced it, so that was a super strong. Well, it was as strong as it could be, I think, that episode, except for the ending, where she lost it all, and I don't know why. I don't know why she had to make it an episodic thing. I think I don't know.
I
Baffles
think
me.
She had I think because we can't see where she wants it to go.
Mm,
Like she has an ending in mind for where she wants it to get to, and which means there are some plot points that she really wants to happen.
yeah,
So sometimes when you're trying to connect the dots on a few things you really want to happen, you create shortcuts. So the whole thing doesn't flow seamlessly, or you lose momentum or something like that.
yeah, fair
So
enough.
to me, it would be that she probably knows what she wants, but the problem is that every second counts on these shows, so you can't take shortcuts.
That's a good
can't
point,
make
eh?
sure.
It reminded me of actually Obi-Wan, because similar thing happened there. It was worth it all just for that one scene. Even
Yeah, that's
the
right.
start was just, drudging along, but in the end, that one scene overrode everything else. So maybe it's going to be
Like
like that.
it's memory that is definitely yeah. I mean,
It's funny how memory works, hey? Like, it's so much more impactful when you see that thing. And maybe she's got that in mind for this.
and getting that yeah, but I mean even Obi-Wan, there's so much crap that you had to sift through to get to the point where you had that one moment. And how many people are going to
Yep, you're gone.
be involved enough to get to the point where that happens, Oh, sorry, hello?
How many people are going to have to be involved enough, you said,
No,
until
no,
that point?
how many people are going to stay on the journey long enough
Oh, the audience.
to get to that? Yeah.
Well,
Like
the good
another
thing now is that
example,
you can always just binge it, and it's most
yeah.
people, if they know that it's good, like from reviews and stuff, they'll binge it.
Mm.
So that's the thing now. TV's a bit different. You don't have to like um, tune in every week. It used to be like that, where
I
that's
think
the ad revenue they get. Now they get it from the streaming subscriptions. So it's kind of like if it's got a
mm,
good solid core to it, people will buy your subscription and binge it, and then probably sign off now.
mm. Well, like with this though, like there's been a few things about each of the series that came out that were good, except for Boba Fett. Um, like Ahsoka. Anytime Balin Skull character,
Mm.
the the bad Jedi came on, he he showed the power of acting using whatever words were there,
Yeah,
turning anything like that into something that was like out of Game of Thrones.
yeah,
You know, he had like a Game of Thrones presence.
it was
Does
good,
that
eh?
make? Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
And then you'd cut to the other characters, and they were back to being a cartoon character.
Yeah,
And it was the acting was just, and I think that they get all of these really crappy actors who can't act. Like they just can't act. Or
um,
they're being stopped from acting. Like I'm
the
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 main character in this.
the main character, I think
I
she's
don't think she's bad.
yeah,
I think that she gave there's a lot of nuance there, but she is operating in an environment that's going against her.
yeah. You might be right.
Um,
The master himself, even though, yeah, he has had some opportunities, hasn't he, to give depth. They talked about the backstory,
he
but he
isn't
delivered
too
it in a
bad.
way that we didn't really feel it. We didn't feel like the tension there. And now that you
I
bring up,
lost you again.
I'll keep going because the stream will record
Yeah.
it. But you bring up a good point about Balin because even though he was given crappy little lines, he milked every line for that, the good
Yeah.
stuff, and we felt it. So I think
Yeah.
maybe you're right that the actors haven't milked it enough. Because there is a sort of juicy backstory there that was delivered, but I didn't really feel it at all. Didn't feel
Like
invested.
I think that's why the Mandalorian was successful too, was the even with just it being his voice, there was something in his voice, the delivery of his lines that, I can bring you in warm, or I could bring you in cold. You know,
Oh man, that's what it
there's
needs. Actually, it needs Dave Filoni to edit these at least. Edit the writing part. I reckon he could probably see quickly what's wrong with your with your writing at
but
least.
even he's done a few pieces. But yeah, no, I think it's a bit of a combination. I think there's a lot riding on these series. Think them right, and I think means that everything has to be 150% quality. You know, you the direction has to be top notch, the acting has to be top notch. I mean, look at Andor. I mean, that was just just great, and and it was all about like. And the thing is, they didn't have a lot of aliens in that, and I think I get why. Because even though you might want to inject aliens into an alien world, you can't get the nuance of acting in it.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Like the Nemoidians, these aliens that are, they always turn things into a cartoon whenever they open their mouth. They can't give it nuance. You can't, we're people, you can't emotionally invest. And I think that's why Baby Yoda worked, was because Baby Yoda was like a puppy. Like they they did things with the Baby Yoda character that made it look like a combination of a baby and a baby animal, which we anthropomorphize.
Mm.
So we give it human intent and emotion. Whereas all the other alien characters in these series have to tell you how they're feeling very loudly. Ho, 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 ho. Don't kill me, please. You know, it's
Yeah. It's distracting.
really funny joke. And it's just like all of that just there's no nuance to it. There's no realness to it. It's cookie cutter.
Mm.
So, but Andor, they just said screw putting in aliens. Like
They had the
central
droids,
characters.
though. They had the droids.
Yes, and they did an amazing job with the droids.
What's the
But I
difference
think
then?
that because if you remember the characters of the droids in Andor, they were actually really sad characters. Do you remember that it was like a dog? It was like the old faithful hound.
Mm.
Do you know what
Yeah.
what I'm talking about?
It was his
So-
relationship with it, because
Yeah.
he was immediately very soft with it. The way
Well, he was
talked
also
to him.
dismissive too.
Mm.
He was dismissive and soft. Like there was this thing about it. Like that's probably one of the best droid characters as well.
But
But
he did a
they
good
just
job with
made
the one
use of them.
in what was the movie? What was the movie that came after all this?
It was called
Rogue
Rogue One.
Rogue One. He did a good job with that droid too. Amazing, actually.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, there was just a few things that they managed to do really. It was a lot more serious as well.
Yeah.
But also that's droids I think are a little bit different from like
Muppets.
Muppets. Droids you expect to act slightly Muppety or but when it's clearly a person in an alien suit
Mm.
with you're not.
Oops. Completely lost you.
There's too much expectation of nuance there that you're not getting, even if it's being delivered. But I mean, I guess it's just that they made the best use of the actors. Like I think they just made use of them the way that and recognized how to make use of them a lot better. Whereas in these other shows, like the acting's always green screen acting.
Mm.
It's like a person being plonked, not talking to anyone, and then being told to use their imagination to react to anything. I mean, even when you look at those, they're like the Ahsoka and all of that. They none of them touch anything most of the time. They've got their hands crossed or folded or behind their back, or they're not interacting with their environment because the environment barely exists.
Yeah, Ahsoka was like that. Was this one? I'm not sure if it was. Can't remember.
No. I was talking about Ahsoka. I'm just using Ahsoka as an example for that. And like Mandalorian's a bit like that too, where there wasn't a lot of interaction with the environment. I've just I think it's just that we expect too much from this stuff because, like, I mean, how often does something really land completely? You know, there's been some really good episodes in probably all the series that have come out.
Well, I asked you about Fallout because I heard really good stuff about that.
It was good.
Yeah.
But the thing about those shows as well is that
I haven't watched it
when
yet.
there's a lot of violence in it. There's a lot of mature themes. And I think when you add mature themes to things, you're not reliant on uh, you can bypass a few things about trying to make something feel real.
Oh, it's sort of directly impacting your nervous system with the content, sort of like how Game of Thrones did, hey? It shocks you.
Yeah, sex position.
Sex and violence, hey? That's one thing Star
You
Wars
can't
can't
do that in
rely on.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
No, they don't have any of those shortcuts.
Yeah.
They've got to create a world that you believe, absent to some of the core things that violence and
But
and
you know what they have? They have space. They have this amazing galaxy and everything in that galaxy. It's like, that's one thing Earth doesn't have.
well, I went to see Furiosa
I don't know what that is.
yesterday, a Mad Max
Oh, right. I
uh,
still haven't
thing.
seen the second one, the one
Fury
before.
Road. It's good.
I heard it's really good.
It's yeah. Furiosa apparently hasn't done well at the box office or whatever, but it's actually a good film.
Yeah. It's got the woman from Queen's Gambit.
Um, it's right on in line with all of the other ones.
Okay.
Thanks. I've forgotten the name, but and Joy Taylor.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, no, it was good. Um, and there's a lot of violence in it, but also not a lot of gore,
Oh, okay.
which was interesting. Like, there's a lot of suggestions of gore. Like, they're all scenes going that borrowed gore don't actually show you any blood at all, which is quite interesting. Like, it makes such good use of cinematography. Like, an example is where, like, it's not spoiling much or anything, but they're watching just some poor sap. Uh, they've got 5 bikes, all of them chained to one guy who's in the middle, and you know, there's like a fight to see who has to get to the bikes to drive off with it. And once they do all drive off, you know what's going to happen. The guy's going to get pulled apart. But they don't show it because the dust of the tires makes all... You don't actually see the person get pulled apart. You see the chains come apart. And you see all of this dust, all of the dust and the dirt come away from the area where the person that gets pulled apart is. So you know it's there, you know what's happened. The impact is there, but there's no gore.
Mm.
And it's just a brilliant use of that type of stuff where you can have the suggestion of violence with actually showing it. Which I think is real, like, that's what Christopher Nolan does as well in a lot of his films, is he doesn't actually show shows fighting, but it doesn't show the most violent scenes, but he does it via implication. But oh gosh, dude, I think I gotta go to bed because I got work tomorrow.
Yeah, no worries, man.
I
It
took
was
the day
cutting
off
in and
because I
out, but it was
feeling the
catching up.
best.
All right. So we'll
Yeah.
end this now then.
But
Any last things for the stream?
be merry, love one another, you know, be kind to each other, care, kiss, stroke, hair.
Thanks everyone for
And
watching.
don't forget
Thanks,
the
Chris.
most important thing. May the force
be with you. Was that where I was meant to jump in?
Oh yeah, be with you. That's right. Yeah, sorry. I thought it was just May.
All
This is something
right.
that happens in May.
Sorry about all the technical things. Hopefully it's solved by the next one. Thanks
Yeah.
everyone. See
I
ya.
think it's my fault. Alright,
See ya.
stopping.
Stopping now.